This is all of the film I've shot in the last 3 years. Well, almost all of it, because I still have a bunch more of unarchived film here. Alright, let me move this out of the way now. Since I started shooting film, there's always been this really annoying part of the workflow that's bothered me. When I get the digital scans sent back from the lab, I have to manually archive them. And I have to basically download the zip, open it up, take out the rows of film from it, put them in the right place in my file system, rename the folders, upload them to the Photos app. But when I do that, all the photos lose the right order. Man, it's such a pain. And I've been looking for a solution to this and I've never found one. And I guess it kind of makes sense because it's a very personal workflow. So I built my own solution and now I actually look forward to archiving the digital scans. If you're watching this video, there's a high chance that you know me from Raycast. That's where I work. And recently we built an app called Glaze. And Glaze allows you to build any desktop apps just by chatting with AI. Glaze is related to this video because it's the solution that I'm going to share with you. But aside from working at Raycast and doing a bunch of different things there, I also like to take a lot of photos. It's just a hobby. But it's the hobby I've had for the longest. I tried a bunch of other hobbies, but nothing seems to stick. I tried road cycling. I did that for a while, got a nice Canyon carbon bike and rode it for a bit. Then winter came, got really cold. I was like, man, I'm not built for this. So then in the end, I sold it. And with that money, I bought a bunch more film. Running, that's kind of still going. I go back and forth sometimes. There are months where I'll run 100k and months where I won't run at all. So it's kind of on and off. Right now I'm kind of back though, so that's good. What else? Skateboarding. I bought a skateboard after I became a dad. You know how those things change you. I rode it for a couple of months and I was like, let me see if I can do an ollie like I used to. And I did it. And I thought, well, that's enough. I've proven myself and never ridden it again. So now it's just an accessory at home. But throughout all of this, photography is the one thing that has always stayed. I've been carrying a camera with me for almost 15 years and I love it. For me, it's one of the things that just brings me so much peace. Taking photos, mainly street photography, if we were to put it in a bucket. And especially working in tech, always being online, always in front of a screen. I feel like being outside and being aware of everything that's going on just helps me calm down and be a little bit more present. So I do a lot of photography. I did a lot of digital photography back in London and now I've been mainly shooting film for the last few years. And while I've been shooting film, there's always been this really annoying part of the workflow that's kind of bothering me. For ages I was like, man, there has to be a solution for this. But I never found one. But then a few months ago, we started building Glaze at Raycast, and obviously I work there. And after testing it for a bit, I thought, you know what? Maybe I would just build an app to solve this archiving workflow. And that would be the perfect use case to test if we're building the right thing here. And that's exactly what I did. And I want to share that with you because I'm really excited about this. And that was the moment that it really blew my mind. So here's the problem. This is something I've been doing manually for the last few years, archiving all of the photos that I get sent from the lab. And I always felt like it was such a pain to manually move them and categorize them. So let me show you how I've been doing it. And then I'll show you the app that I built to make this much, much faster. So here's how it normally goes. I get an email from the lab, which I have one that I received this morning. I've been waiting to get this just so I can make this video, by the way. So I haven't even opened this yet. You know how it goes. You open up the WeTransfer link and you download the zip file. The next step is to extract the contents from the zip file. And so here I have this new folder and inside of there you can see I have all of these other folders. So basically each folder is a roll of film. Then what I gotta do is I have another folder somewhere else called analog cameras where I have the cameras that I normally shoot with. And so far you can see these are all of the rows I've already archived, grouped by cameras. So then what I need to do, I need to look at what's just being sent to me, quickly open it up, take a quick look at the photos. So this is from a Glaze event that we did in Paris last week. And then I need to go, oh, what camera did I use that with? And what film was it? So in this case, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, so that was Ilford XP2. And I know that I shot this with my Leica M6. So that's cool. I will then take this folder, and you can see I've got a Leica M6 folder here. So I'll just drag that in there, right? And when I do that, then you can see it has a different naming convention. That's just whatever the lab sent. And different labs will send these folders with a totally different naming convention as well. So what I like to do then is basically clean up the folder name. So I keep the twin check. So it's basically the ID of this role. And then I put the name of the lab that developed this. In this case, it was BNBN, which is a lab here in Barcelona that I really, really like. And then I will put the name of the film stock, which was Ilford XP2. Then the next step would be to open this up, select all of these photos, open up the Photos app, and then I'll drag this into Leica M6 because that's the camera I used. But then there's this really annoying part, which is the moment that I put the photos in the Photos app, they are completely out of order. So if you look at the folder here, the first photo should be this one. That was the first frame. And then you can see this one, this guy wearing the Raycast hoodie, and then Daniel pouring himself a can of Guinness, right? But if we look at the order here in the Photos app, then it's completely different. And this is really frustrating. This is probably one of the most frustrating parts. So then I will basically repeat this step for each row. This is a very personal thing. This is just how I've been doing it. It works for me. I'm not saying you should follow the same structure or anything like that. I'm just sharing how I had this problem and how I fixed it. And I'm so much happier with the new approach, which I'm just about to show you now. All right, so now let me show you how I can do the exact same thing, but using the app that I built with Glaze. It's called Scenery. You can see it right here. And what I can do with it is I can take the zip file that we previously downloaded and I can just drag and drop it here into Scenery, and it will extract all of the folders from it and already show them to me here under this section that is to archive. And here we can see all of the photos that have been sent, and from here I can just very quickly archive them. I can select the camera that I used using these controls here at the top, or because I like to use my keyboard a lot, I'm going to do that with this Command K palette. So here I'll do Leica M6, Kodak Ultramax 400, and the lab was BNBN. And now I've set the metadata for this, and all I need to do now is basically hit archive. But first, let me just show you the analog folder we had before, just to show you what actually happened. So let me move this out of the way a little bit. So now the folder has been moved to the right place, basically to the right destination in my file system, and it has been renamed. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see. It has the twin check that it had before, the lab name, and the film stock. And automatically, these photos have been imported to the Photos app already inside of the Leica M6 album. And so if I go here to my library, you can also see that while it did all of this, it also fixed the timestamps of the photos. So now the order of the photos in the Photos app follows the right order. And that's it. That's literally all I have to do. And now I can very quickly go to scenery and continue archiving. This one is also M6, Ultramax and BNBN. So I just do Command Enter. And now the next one is Ilford XP2. So I'll just do Ilford XP2. Command Enter again. This is the same, this is the same, and this is the same. And so just like that, all of the folders have now been archived and everything has been added to the Photos app automatically. And most importantly, the dates have been fixed. So now I can see all of my photos in the order that they've been taken. And what's cool is that I'm actually getting to look at these photos right now for the first time with you of the Glaze event that we just hosted. And that's pretty cool, man. I kind of just want to go through all of them right now. Maybe let's not show this one of Steph, bless. And so this is amazing, man. Like, I'm so happy with this. I've been using this for the last couple of months. And to build this app, I'm gonna quickly show you Glaze actually. To build this, you see that there is this little button that you can click and that opens a chat window, which you can use to then build your app. And you basically build your apps just by chatting with AIs. So I've been using this for the last couple of months, and whenever I get the photos from the lab now, I'm actually looking forward to archiving them. Oh, and there's one more thing that I want to show you. A Glaze app can basically do anything on your system. You can connect to your hardware, to your keyboard, to your camera, whatever you want. But you can also connect with third-party APIs. So a while ago, I built this other app, which was not built with Glaze or anything like this, and it's called Kappa. Kappa is basically a contact sheet generator that I just built this for myself because I wanted a way to generate these cool looking contact sheets that I could also annotate on them. And so the way that works, I'm going to show you very quickly, is that you can select some photos from your computer, drop them onto Kappa, and it will generate the contact sheet for you. And all of this happens within the browser. So none of the photos are uploaded to any server or anything like that. And then from here, if you want, you can do your contact sheet annotation, which is used to be a very common thing to do. You can reject the ones that are not good. In my case, it would be basically all of them. If I get one good photo, I'm very happy with that. And another thing that you can do is you can select the film. So in this case, it was XP2. So then it puts the right film markings on the negative. And I took a lot of time to design these. Even the DX reader here is correct. Each film has their own. And once you generate your contact sheet from here, you can click download, and Kappa will generate various versions of it in different aspect ratios. And then you can just click download and it will download to your system. So now I can have a look here and I've got this contact sheet. There's a few more things that you can do. You can also add the twin check if you know your number, and you can add that there, etc. So what I did then is I added an API to Kappa so people or other apps can generate contact sheets without having to go onto the web app itself. And once I did that, I basically asked Glaze to implement that into Scenery. So let me show you how that works. If we take a look at one of the rows that we just archived, I can do Command K and I can say generate contact sheet. And now what it's going to do is going to take all of these photos and use the Kappa API to generate a contact sheet. And now that it's done, I can just click here to show it in Finder, and here it is. The contact sheet has automatically been generated and saved to the right place using the right film stock, and it even added the twin check automatically. That's what I built. I'm going to keep working on this and keep improving it. I have a few more ideas of things that I can build. And if you're interested in Glaze, go check it out. You don't have to, but if you want to build your own apps, I think it's a pretty cool way to do it. You can learn more on glaze.app. I'm obviously quite proud of Glaze, this thing that we've built at Raycast. And I just love it that I could build this thing so quickly. And if you have any ideas of something specific that you want to build, maybe related to photography, hit me up on Instagram or on Twitter, and I'll try and give you access so you can try it out yourself. And if you're into photography or software or into productivity, then maybe subscribe to the channel, because I'll be posting a few more videos that are more on the personal side of things. All right. Well, cheers everyone. Thanks for watching.